Okay, so the first problem we're going to solve is from a user who says they don't see any systems when they launch the NetWeaver Business Client. So I'll just show you what's happening. I'll open NetWeaver Business Client and I get the system selection. Now there's nothing actually in this system selector, so we need to try to work out why. So the first thing to realize is that the systems that appear here can kind of come from two different places. The user can create systems themselves, and they're just local, but also an administrator can push systems out from a centralized place like a file share or a web server. So what I've done here is I have this configuration file that I've put onto the SAP server, and it defines this system. And what I need to do is work out why this user isn't seeing this. They should be getting this system detail from this file. So there's a couple places to look to start with. First of all, there's a folder under your user ID, app data, roaming, SAP common, and in here there's the SAP UI landscape XML file. We'll just open that quickly. In this file, basically it defines what you see in the system selector. So at the moment it's got one workspace called local, and it's got no entries other than that, but it has this include section which is empty. Now what we should see in this include section is a reference to the file on the server. So what I'll do is I'll just close this quickly. I'm going to copy this URL. Now there's a registry setting that can be pushed out to users. It's under, in this case, HKey current user, software, SAP, SAP logon options, and there's this setting here, landscape file on server. I'm going to paste in the link to that XML file I showed you before. Okay, so let's go back to NetWeaver Business Client. I'll close it down. And now that this is in here, I'll launch NetWeaver Business Client again. Okay, at first glance, it looks like we still have no systems, but you'll notice that there's an additional workspace here called server. And now we can actually see that system that was defined from the server. And if we actually go back to the UI landscape file, you'll see what's changed is it's put in this include, which is pointing to that file that I mentioned before. So the key takeaways here really are that there are two ways that systems can be defined, either locally or from a server. And if there are any issues, you should have a look at these landscape files on the actual PC and see what entries they have in them. One other thing we can have a look at, I had the trace running in the background as well. So you can actually see NWBC here making a call out for this file, this configuration file that I mentioned. And you can actually see the service that was defined in it coming back. Having a HTTP tracer like this is really useful when you're trying to debug some of these problems.